Down at the Boar's Nest, the neon shines bright. Hog-leg and Melissa under the porch light. Troy's got a laugh, beer in his hand, talking about the small town dreams we planned. We're live on the stream, let them watch us unfold. Stories like the jukebox, worth more than gold. Thumbs up and subscribe, come along for the ride. Show you how we live life on the wild side. Raise them up, here's a toast to the crew. At the Boar's Nest where the stars peek through. The fire burns steady, the music plays on. With friends like this, the night's never gone.
Yes, sir. That's the man. All right.
What's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Just living the dream, baby.
205 Wild Action.
Oh yeah, it's time.
We got us a real guest this week. Y'all just hang in there.
Real something. I don't know, but yeah, it's real. It's real, baby.
All right. Well, tonight is it's a slow night tonight. We ain't got
Jump in here a little bit.
15 watching, and on this. Oh man, I know what it is. Y'all know what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Everybody's getting their drinks and they about to pull up.
It's April Fool's Day. They just fooling us, man.
It's possible.
Yeah. But let's see. Let's start calling people out.
All right.
All right. There's the beautiful Melissa dropping 205 Wild Actions link.
Appreciate that.
Fishing Mid-South, welcome in. Burrito Catfishing Lady, welcome in. She says, hello, Hog, Troy, Melissa, and Flipper. She called you Flipper.
Who?
Marissa Burrito Lady.
She called me Flipper.
I guess that's who she was calling Flipper.
Oh, it might be. That might be. I don't know. That might be my new name.
There's PNB.
I'll take it. I've been called a heck of a lot worse.
Just don't call you.
You got a lot of names you don't know about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. PNB Paul Catfishing is in the house. PNB Catfishing. Paul.
Oh, boy, man.
Mississippi Live with Stephen Coley's in the house. And there's FD Fisherman giving the thumbs up.
Cool.
Yes, sir. And there's Shirley T. There's Shirley T. Welcome in, Shirley T.
What's up?
Polar Bear Chad is in the house. Dan is special, is what he says.
Yep.
Yeah, brother.
I've been called that before too.
Yeah. Rowdy Royal. Good evening, Rowdy. Let's see. Jerry Hagar's in the house. Welcome in, Jerry.
See, man.
From Nebraska. Our oldest son lives up that way. He lives about 10 miles from Uncle Lou.
Up there in the plains, up there in
Mike Sampson. Welcome in, Sampy.
What's up, Mike Sampson? Good to see you, my buddy.
And Uptown Chrissy Brown. She says, Hawk, Leg, Troy, 205. Yeah.
Good to see y'all.
All right. River Rat 3030. Hello, River Rat. Hello, everyone. I hope y'all doing it. Man, all right now. All right, let's see. If I miss y'all, just say, hey, fool, you miss me.
That chat will get rolling sometimes. It'll make your head spin.
Yeah. Dead Sea Pirates, welcome in. He said, hello, Lance McCougar. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. All right. And that's it. That's all that's chatted so far. As y'all can see, our special guest is 205 Wild Action.
Good to
Yeah.
see everybody tonight, man. Good to be here. It's an honor to be here with y'all, for real.
Yeah. What's that shirt you got on? Iron Maiden? Who's that?
Yeah, I put through on my metal gear tonight, brother. We might be rocking hard for a night's over. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I might just ask you to jam for us a little while. If,
Ooh, you better watch out. Now.
if y'all don't know 205, he's Wild Action.
Oh yeah,
He plays a little bit of guitar and bass and
a little bit of both.
drums.
Old school metalhead from way back. So yeah,
Yeah.
I got a lot of hobbies, but yeah, we used to thrash around pretty heavy back in the day.
There's old dead crappy day Darren and Misplaced Country Girl. Welcome in. Welcome in, y'all.
Good to see y'all.
If y'all just have to hang tight because 205 can't see uh chat. Uh he can't even see he can't even see y'all.
Okay, I'm still having a blast, man.
Yeah.
I know everybody's out there, man. They're pumped up. I'm just pumped up too, brother. Like I said, it's good to be here with y'all, man. Y'all, if y'all want to fire away any questions later, feel free. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Well, I need to get one thing so I can put them up. Uh, Big Mike,
Yeah.
he won your 600th subscriber giveaway,
Yep.
and he won the Mad Cats rod.
Mm.
And believe it or not, Mike donated it to me.
Yep.
And 205 Wild Action, being the guy he is, so there's a rod in this bag right here. He went ahead and bought Melissa one too.
Oh yeah.
And the
Girl now.
this is it right here. It's a 2-piece 10-footer.
Oh yeah.
And he asked me what kind I wanted, and I told him spinning reel and the spinning rod. And I've already got 2 Akuma 10-foot rods, and they're spinning reels. And so me and Melissa, we're gonna have a rod each, and uh, I just got to get 2 spinning reels for these 2 bad cats. So if anybody knows a good spinning reel, put it in the chat if you don't mind. But yeah, these are of course these are the beginning of a new transition. I may not be able to use my boat anymore because I just welcome in Vanessa Kitty, Gigability, Uncle Lulu. But this is we're gonna fish with these and all the rest of the poles on the bank. And
That's you can get them there just you could anywhere. But if you don't mind, I want to shout out Big Mike because he won that giveaway fair and square, and he said he wanted to give them rods to y'all, and that meant a lot to me. So shout out to Big Mike and everybody in the community. Everybody's always looking out for each other. So, but y'all been riding with me a long time. I'm glad y'all got them. Pleasure's mine, brother.
thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
Dead Sea says he's got a Kuma Avenger. He
Mhm.
may have 8,000s on Mad Cats. The two Akuma rods that I got, I bought them uh, as a matter of fact, I bought them because me and Big Mike was supposed to go head to head,
Yep.
and I didn't have 10-foot rods, so I ordered them off of Amazon, and I ordered two of them, and they came with Akuma 10-foot rods. They're white, uh, and oh man, I can't remember them Akuma. It starts with a T. The reels, but anyway, uh, so now I just got to get two more spinning reels to put on these Mad Cats because
There's a bunch of good ones out there. I ain't no pro on them. I got Elise has got a Penn Battle 3 on hers. I think it's a 6 or 7,000. And I've got a Shimano, a little bit light saltwater deal, but you can't go wrong with a lot of brands out there. But
yeah,
like, I ain't no pro. We don't catch huge fish and stuff. But it's just whatever you think, man. Whatever will hold up. But man,
right,
like I said, I whatever gear you like, if it'll hold up and you trust it, that's go for it. But
yeah. As long, man, be for real. We ain't gonna catch that many big fish.
no,
So
I gotta be on the water if I'm gonna catch them. I've been
yeah,
slacking up here lately, man.
you don't, I don't know. You've been more times than I have so
I've been,
far.
I hadn't got in on no cats much though.
That same problem Hog Legs got. He ain't found no water.
Yeah, that's me.
Ah, man, hush. Welcome in, cool cats, butterflies in the sunshine, Dallas Liberty, downtown Ernie Brown.
What's up,
Yo,
Ernie B, my brother?
yeah. Let's see who else come in. Oh, Uncle Lou. He says 205 wild action.
That's me, man. All day, baby. Wild man. No, I really ain't that wild, but I've always been into the nature and different species and all the reptiles and fish and all that good stuff. Then I got in with the catfishing bunch, and it just kind of all
Yeah,
fell in with y'all, man. So it's a good family to be around,
daggum right. Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Vanessa. Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Let's see. I'm trying to go back. Catch them all. Yak sure.
What's up, brother?
Whose birthday? Whose birthday?
Oh Lord, here we go.
No,
Lord have mercy.
don't. Uh, is it your birthday? Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
Yeah, whose birthday is it? Yak sure.
It ain't mine.
It ain't mine. It ain't Melissa's.
Ain't mine.
Are you sure it's not Melissa's?
Uh-uh.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Because I don't want to see that door fly open and you get hit upside the head or something.
Oh, no, I'm 5 days older than Melissa.
Oh, Lord.
There you go.
Shirley, Lisa, Melissa, Linda.
Lord have mercy.
Not my birthday. I'm just missing. Oh, God Almighty! He just missing. Oh man, I reckon Melissa are gonna break their PBs this year. Yes, sir. Which it won't be hard to break Melissa's. Her, she's it's her first and biggest. She caught a 15-pound blue at Chickamauga.
Not bad.
No, it might be hard to break mine though. My biggest freshwater fish is a 53-pound flathead.
That's good fish, man.
Yeah, I love catching them flatheads. Oh, how's it?
Looking.
They losing right now.
Uh.
Yeah, they losing 3-1. I got the game up on the. He knows I got the game up. He sees me looking up there at it.
Let me guess. Is Rangers playing?
No, it's the Astros and the Giants.
Oh yeah, Astros. My bad, buddy.
Yeah, I got the game up.
Good deal.
I was watching the game and I went to sleep. And then Hogleg called it about 20 minutes too. And I'm glad you called because I went to sleep. I ate that fried chicken and went to bed.
Well, tell Audrey happy birthday early for us.
Hey, you be quiet over there.
And
That sounds like a miniature dachshund bark to me.
That is.
Okay.
And she ain't but about 4.5 months old.
Little sweet baby.
Will.
My buddy, the guy I work with, Joe, they got a little mini dachshund, and they named it Steve.
Steve.
And that little sucker, they carry it to work with them and ride him around in the work truck and stuff and bring him in the shop. And he ain't but about, he's about 2-3 months old, probably, just a little old thing.
Wow. Yeah, happy birthday, Gabby. Mike Irvin, welcome in. He says, evening, all y'all.
What's up, Mike Irvin, brother? A lot of familiar names out there.
Yeah, Mike Irvin's also known as the Miracle Man.
Pretty cool.
Welcome in, Catfish Fresno. Hello, everyone.
What's up?
So, have you been fishing at all lately? 205.
Yeah, I went a couple weeks ago. Did some little catfishing, and then just messed around pond fishing a week or so ago. But I hadn't got down on the river after the cats, and I needed to this week. The weather's getting right, and I'm probably going to try to go live Thursday or Friday because it's starting to get right. And then for too long, it'll get so hot that you have to fish at night. But I've always had better luck this time of year. It's just, how everything is, just stuff going on. And I've got a lot of waterways around here. They're smaller, but the river I usually fish on is about 45 minutes from home. So it's just kind of like,
Uncle Lou wants to know where does 205 fish?
That's what I was getting at.
I fish mostly down on it's the Warrior River. If you look on a map, it's about 20 miles west of Birmingham, Alabama, and it's the Locust Fork River, basically. And I grew up down there. Actually, I grew up on that river, but now I live up in a corner, which is about 45 minutes away. But there's some waterways up here, but that's my home water down there. So I try to fish it more. There's some good fish in there.
Yeah. A catfish dogs in the house.
What's up, catfish dog, brother? But there's all kind of little ponds and stuff all around here with fish in them. It's just if you want a big cat, you either got to go north to Gunnersville, which is an hour and 20 minutes, or you can go down on the Warrior River, and there's some big fish in there. And if you're going down toward Tuscaloosa, if you got a boat, that the state record was caught down there on Holt Reservoir, and that's about 40 miles south of where we fish. So,
Is that close to Greenbow, Alabama?
I'd say that's probably about, I'm guessing, an hour north, or which one? Where I fish?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're way north of there. We're kind of north central Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I needed. You said Gunnersville. Have you ever met Mean Gene Green, the fishing machine?
No, I hadn't. Now, my buddy Garrett, they went up there skipjack fishing with him 6 or 7 years ago. They met him up there.
Yeah.
Talked to him, but I haven't. I don't go up there a whole lot, but I fished it a couple of times. It's just nice water up. All that Tennessee River is nice. I give them a lot of credit. They've got a lot of nice big water up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Richard Gene, he knows his stuff. He's a wild one, but he knows his stuff now.
Oh yeah. Well, Melissa dropping your link again. Uh, Look at her. She even dropped yours, Troy.
I see that. I probably wonder why is that today.
Yeah. How did your doctor visit go, Troy?
She said I sexy as ever.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's doesn't, I got a bunch of messages, which I appreciate everybody, but message won't know if I was all right. It's a ball and it's got out of control. And
Yeah.
so I had to go ahead and looked at and, wife was going today. So I said, well, I better go over there and get it looked at. It's no big deal. I mean, it's on a leg that ain't never worked right to begin with. As far as I'm concerned, they take a chainsaw to it and solve the problem. But
Oh man, you want all of them?
I mean, I can't walk on it no way. So I told my wife, I said, ain't no big loss. And I've always teased her, if it start bleeding or something. Oh my God, you're bleeding. I said, yeah, but when it starts squirting blood, then tell me about it. I'll worry about it then.
That's right.
Not a big deal. Just,
So 922 Crabby Barbecues in the house, and he said, this guy can fish and shred a guitar.
I don't know about either one. I try now. I try to put in a little work, but I don't know if I'd say I was great at either. I enjoy it though, man. I enjoy being outdoors and fishing. I grew up on the river, but I didn't get into catfishing as heavy till I got in with all this bunch on YouTube, being real.
Yeah.
We'd fish for catfish with worms and night crawlers and stuff on 10-pound test, and then when you break your line off, you say, I think I was hung up. No, that was that big monster down there. You just didn't have the right rig for it.
That's right.
So when I started seeing people catch big fish down there, I got a buddy of mine. They started catching them on rod and reels off our pier down there, and I said, "Wait a minute, what? I need to get in the loop." And they were using a little bit heavier setup. So
Right.
kind of upped my game, and I started, putting in the time and effort and watching. I learned a lot about catfishing off this community. Being honest.
Now, I'd like to see the house calls that y'all could make.
Uh,
I really would.
oh yeah.
Who's going to be making a house call? I didn't see it.
No, Ernie, Dr. Adams and Dr. Brown was going to make a
Yeah.
house call for my leg. I'd like to see the house call they could make. House call to the cuckoo house, maybe, but that's about it.
922 says I've heard pros play and not sound as good.
Oh well, I don't know.
Fishing is great. Oh, but,
Ernie, I could see Ernie. We're gonna cook up this concoction right here. Add a little bit of this. Add a little bit of this. Add a little bit of this. This is bound to work. I can see that happening. Here, take this.
no.
We won't be doing that.
No. Then she said free prostate exams.
No, we won't be doing that.
Oh
Hey,
man.
who's giving away free? I'm due for one.
Oh, that fat boy Eric's adventures in
Well,
his.
if Ernie and Hog Legs get them, you can have my turn.
Oh God! You said Eric's in here. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
Watch out now.
Yeah.
Eric gets me pumped up every morning when I get up for work. I'm like, man, I don't know about this, and I hear him on there. It gets me so fired up, brother. So thanks for all you do, man. You're like a lot of my motivation in the morning.
There you go. I was wondering why. Uncle Lou says, I was wondering why Eric was asking for rubber gloves. Oh, man. Oh,
Well, she's done drawn first blood.
oh man. Burrito catfishing lady says Bobby's just jealous because 205 catches more than he does.
I don't know about that. Now I've only caught about 6 fish this whole year so far, so I can't say much at all.
922 says not jealous, admiration.
Boy, I tell you what, Lisa, she wears old Bobby out.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, let me tell you what one of the first times that I watched 205 wild action fish, he was fishing in a creek somewhere under a bridge or something,
Yeah.
and he got hung up. And let me tell you, I don't know if it's because he was cheap or or wanting to save the environment, but he got hung up, and instead of him pulling it and breaking it, he stripped down to his skimpies, y'all. And swam over in that water and got that line unhooked.
Yeah.
And that right there is where I knew he was a good guy.
A lot of that, being real, brother, I didn't know how deep it was right there, and I'd hooked on a sinker, new hook, and everything. I had about a $4 spook on there, and I threw it out there right off the bat, and it got hung up pretty as you please, and it kind of it aggravated me a little bit. So I went in the now, if it ain't that deep out there. Now, if it's deep or there's brush, I'm not going to do nothing too crazy, but I could touch bottom, so I kind of went out there. But if I get hung up right off the bat, I hate to just break that line because sometimes I'll be the one to get hung up in the line that I left out there before. So I try to get it back in because I'll be the one to get hung in. You know?
Oh man, and, yeah, I tell you what, you're a good guy for doing that. Most of us would have just popped it off.
Oh yeah. Now if it's cold weather or swift water or deep, I'm not gonna risk nothing. Yeah, I'll try to break it off or get it. You know. But yeah, if I throw something out there, I'll even do it with bass lure or something. If it gets hung up right off the bank, and I'm sitting there looking at a $10 pallet, I'm gonna try to get it out of the water. You know.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
So,
I'm the same way though, man. Because I do, you know, I was a boat fisherman, but I do what it took just to get my line unhung. If it meant going and unhooking the boat, I just set that rod to the side and make sure got plenty of line.
oh
And
yeah.
then when we got ready to go, we go the opposite way of the way that I was hung up, and I usually 9 times out of 10 I'd get it unhung.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you a funny story if you want me to, real quick. When we were younger, I was probably 10 or 11, 8, 9, 10 years old. We'd float a creek up by our house called Valley Creek.
Right.
And me and my brother and my dad, we'd be in a canoe going down through there. And it's about an 8-hour float, catch beautiful panfish, good sized bass.
Yeah.
But we would get hung up in them trees and stuff. It ain't but about a 20, 30 yard wide creek. And we'd be going down them rapids. And Dad said, I can't turn the boat around. And from then on, after about a trip or two, he said, look, y'all are going to have to learn how to get unhooked because I'm not tying no more lures on there. So I learned how to get lures out of trees and everything else half the time. But fishing, and y'all know it more than anybody, it'll
Yep.
take patience because it seems like, man, sometimes when you're down there trying to tie something on, you got mosquitoes flying around you and sweat
Yeah.
dripping off your face, and you got that rig. That's when that rod's gonna go down every time. You
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the thrill of it. That's the thrill. There's nothing bigger in that water than a blue catfish where we live. So I like bass fishing and crappie and whatever, but a big catfish will put you to your damn limit. So that's
Yeah.
why I like catching them.
Yeah. Well, believe me, around here there are bigger things out in the water.
Yeah,
Alligators.
yeah, y'all got gators.
Yeah, we got gators.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
I don't mess with them.
I don't either. I let Melissa handle it all. Oh man.
If you had to list your favorite fish to catch in an order, what would they be?
Ooh, I would say to catch probably mm, if I have to pick between flathead and blue cat, I'd say maybe a big blue, just because they hit like a shark. But a big catfish gives you that adrenaline rush. So I have to give the edge to that blue cat. But I fish for panfish on light tackle, and I still get pumped up. But yeah, you go down there and sit for 3 or 4 hours trying to get a 20, 30, 40 pound fish just for that one, So I'd say that one.
Yeah. I'm just the opposite of you. I prefer to catch a flathead.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're amazing fish. They're beautiful, and they can get going quick. They're elusive.
Oh yeah.
I had one a few months ago. I was already showing it off on YouTube and everything because I knew it was a 15, 20, maybe bigger fish, probably maybe a 30.
Yeah.
Had him on there, and that sucker run straight under the pier I was standing on and went around one of the pilings and got off that hook.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
you never got them until you got them on the dang bank or in the boat. So you can't never take it for granted. And they're elusive fish. So I agree with you. Flatheads are amazing.
All right. River Cat 3030 said, man, I love my Uncle Lou. It just hooked up on a big blue and boom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Uncle Lou been riding with me a while, brother.
Oh yeah.
Good
That's
old boy right there.
That's the man right there. Uncle Lou.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Lulu. I better not. I might make y'all jealous. With it. Uncle Lou set me up right. Shirley T, way to go, Ernest. Yeah. River Rat, my brother from another mother, Catfish Dog says.
A lot of good people in here, man. A lot of good people.
Oh, heck yeah. We got
everybody I've ever met in out of the Catfish bunch, good folks, man.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. And I know people that certain people don't come in my thing no more, but they're good people also. I don't care. You know.
Yeah. I'm here to have fun. Whenever I first started doing videos, is about 5 or 6 years ago. I started out doing, like plant videos and stuff like that. And then started doing fishing, and I said, if I get 100,000 subscribers, that would be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'm at 600 now. So let me think. In 250 years, I could get to that.
Oh man, yeah.
I got to thinking like it ain't about that. It's about documenting, having fun, and like
That's right.
I'm telling you, man, I've had a blast goofing off with y'all, and honestly, there are some world class anglers, men and women, in this bunch that put in the time and effort. And I mean, I love fishing and stuff, but I'm not as hardcore as half of them. You got people that are out there every chance they get, and that's why they catch the huge fish because they're out there, man. So shout out to them. I like catching anything, but it's just a testament to the hard work and knowledge they put in. Like I said earlier, I learned most of the stuff about catching big cats off of watching people on YouTube, man.
Yeah. That's it's good. Just minor. Melissa.
Is Eric still in here? Is he still awake?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's still awake.
Get you another shot of caffeine, buddy. This show's gonna roll on a little while.
Yeah. We're gonna be jamming here in a little while.
Oh yeah, what's tomorrow? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh hell, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why don't you play the song I wrote for you?
Play the song, Hogley.
Wrote for me or for the people?
The one she wants you to play. You're supposed to be able to read her mind.
Well, she wrote about,
You know I'm baiting you right now, don't you?
yeah.
I think she's talking about the one she wrote with everybody's name in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, y'all are handling me a little too easy tonight. I thought y'all were gonna really roast.
No.
No.
We don't roast people.
Okay.
We reserve that. I'll roast hog leg a little bit before the night's over with.
Yeah, you will.
I mean, I'm a pretty easy target, you know. I don't mind.
Well, we try not to roast them. We try not to roast them too bad.
Yeah.
Unless it's Daryl. Now we'll roast Daryl.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell Daryl up if I get a chance.
Yeah. Now I can understand that, but yeah, Daryl's a good old boy too. But
Yeah,
Daryl
I
used
like
to
to
be.
keep him a fit.
See, Daryl used to be in that wrestling, and that's a whole different deal right there. And I know a little bit about that too. I grew up around a lot of that stuff, so I kind of can relate to him too. When I was younger, I wanted to be a pro wrestler, and so we started doing backyard wrestling, and believe me, it took a toll. It took a toll on my mind, and a lot of the of my peers looked down upon us, but we were in for the glory.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see that over there, but our youngest son was a wrestler.
You talking about in like amateur wrestling, like school, or
No.
like pro wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's cool.
He was the one that flew off the top rings and did the acrobat stuff and all that. That's
Luchador.
that's him right there.
That's cool.
Right there. JL Lightning was his name.
Oh, nice.
That's the only thing me and Hogleg can wrestle these days is package off a honey bun.
That goes back. Ain't nothing wrong with that now.
Shoot.
We ain't able to do much more than that.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear some provocative questions now. Anybody in the chat want to know something? Feel free to ask. This might be your only shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, if somebody got a question, start firing them off.
Yeah. I'm not shy.
Well, I'll look for this song Melissa wants me to play. Can you handle it, Troy?
Yeah, I guess. What is your favorite rig for catfish, Dead Sea Pirates?
Favorite rig, I like just a straight Carolina rig, and I do more bank fishing than anything. I rarely will catfish out of a boat, but sometimes I'll put a float on there, but most time just like a Carolina rig, and I use braided line because where I fish it's muddy, and you use like a mono leader, usually between a 6/8 or 10/0 hook, and I've got spinning reels and conventional bait casters. Either one's fine with me.
Now, what kind of bait do you favor? I'll throw one in while we're waiting on the next one.
Yeah, certain times of year, either fresh or cut bluegill. I've had better luck on cut bluegill. But the biggest fish I ever caught, I actually caught it on pretty randomly. I had some chicken. I was going to do Jello chicken, and I left it in my cooler for like a week and a half, and I forgot about it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, and I hooked a piece of that on there, and that's what I caught my biggest blue cat on. But consistently, Certain times of year, skipjack, but I'd say probably like cut bluegill. I can usually do pretty good with it. Certain times of year.
Do you catch more flatheads on or blues on live bait?
I've caught one flathead on live brim, and then I caught my other two on cut, two decent ones on cut bluegill. So I catch more flatties on live bait, but a blue, if it's hungry, it'll hit anything. My buddy was putting a float out there and putting a leader off of it 2 or 3 feet and putting live little bluegill on them a couple years ago, and them blues were coming up to the top of the water and smacking them. So I guess whatever's hungry will hit them.
What is your favorite fishing hole?
My favorite fishing hole is Black Creek. That's where I always set up down there. That's where I've fished the last few years. I'm kind of comfortable down there, and I got good signal if I got a live. And guilty pleasure, I got a cabin. My dad and them's cabin about 20 foot behind me if I need a refrigerator or water or anything like that. So pretty cool. But it's the Warrior River, man. I grew up fishing it.
Catfish Dog wants to know, can Dan play us a tune?
On what? Guitar.
Yep.
I ain't tuned up. I might play some on acoustic, but we might before the show's over.
Who's your favorite guitarist? That's for Righty Raw.
Favorite ever?
Yeah.
I love Michael Romeo from Symphony X. But one of my favorite guitarists ever, that's a hard one. Probably Hendrix, man. Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yep. There's about 20 of them I can name off, but I'd say he was kind of the innovator. I like Gary Moore, Randy Rhoads, Jeff Beck, a lot of metal guitarists, but I'd say probably Hendrix, yeah.
Braided line or mono?
I use braid on most of my main lines. Now, last year when I went up to Tennessee, up there at the gathering, I fished off a point that had a lot of rocks, and I was a little it made me realize you need sometimes a lot of situations you don't need braid because that rock will cut it, you know. But I usually use braid because around here it's mostly just mud bottom.
Let's see. I'll ask one. I asked one about the line. What about if you had a choice of somebody you could fish with tomorrow, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It's a loaded one, ain't it?
It's loaded.
Don't say hog leg because you'll be disappointed.
I'll go with Danny Stone.
Danny Stone.
Yep. He's always having a good time out there. And then there's a bunch more. Everybody in the community I'd love to fish with, no joke. I'd like to get out there with Danny, maybe Parker, some of them boys. But yeah, Danny boy, he's crazier than I am. That's what's bad. He'll be out there in a lightning storm if he has to, if there's fish.
Yeah, not me.
No.
No.
Yeah, man.
If I see a cloud coming, I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't mess with the storms too much, the lightning or whatever. But yeah, the reason I say Danny is because he can be out there not catching any fish and still be having a blast, and that's kind of how kind of like roll. But I wouldn't mind fishing the Mississippi, big muddy.
What is your favorite non-resident water that you fished?
Does that mean like
somewhere you went out of town and you went fishing and you enjoyed the boat?
Okay. The Tennessee River up at Chickamauga. I enjoyed that. Just fishing off the bank. I realized that's a really good fishery. So I'd say Tennessee River probably. I do, and another thing, I like fishing at the Gulf. I like surf fishing. I hadn't done it in 9 years, but I like fishing off the beach a little bit too.
Yeah, I don't like to fish off the beach, but I like to go out in the Gulf.
Yeah,
You
fish off the pier. We're going to try to go down to Pensacola maybe in one month and go down there and fish off the pier a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
What is your most heartbreaking fishing moment? Something that happened something happened that just broke your heart.
All
right. Okay. The most recent one I can think of is I think we were doing a tournament a few months ago, and I think it was the catcalls tournament, and I had a good fish on, and it swam under the pier. I saw the rod hit, and then I went and reeled down on him. And then while I was reeling down, he was coming straight toward the bank. I started reeling, and he went under the pier in about 2 foot of water and went around one of the pylons. And it seemed like a pretty decent fish. I'm not saying it was huge, but it was probably a 20, 30 pound, maybe 20-pound fish. And I was on live, and I had it pictured how I was going to hold it up to the camera and everything. And I was just staring.
Yeah.
It's just a story now. It's just a fish story.
Got away.
Yep.
That's like seeing that fastball coming in and seeing it. He went and hit the game-winning home run. He swing and miss.
That's it, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Gig, when I was a young boy, my papa owned the Rocks Fish Camp down there at Lake Kissimmee. And that thing is a state park now. But anyway, it come up a lightning storm and raining, and we were standing on the beach watching a boat, an aluminum boat, hauling butt across with 2 guys in it, hauling butt across the lake trying to get out of the storm. And lightning popped, and it hit that boat, and both of them come out of that boat. Let me tell you, that was in Lake Kissimmee. I seen that from my own eyes. And man,
Rise and Sunshine wants to know, what is your favorite car?
My favorite car?
Yeah.
That's easy for me.
Ain't nobody.
One that runs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my '85 Tercel I got out there that's still running.
Oh.
No, for real. Favorite car ever? I don't know. Probably maybe like a some of the Mopars, some of the, like the old Challengers, 60, like 70 model, some of the old Dodge, and some of them. I like the like GTX, some of them. Maybe the Grand National is pretty cool. But I'm not picky. I'm not a real car freak's one that runs. I'd drive a Geo if it runs. I don't care. I don't care. I like. Don't sound weird, but I like vans, man, because you can put all
Yeah.
your gear in the van.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
stack all your gear in there and lock it up. You can go camping in it, whatever. So
Yeah.
if I could have anything, I'd like to have like a cool 4-wheel drive van with like the dragon painted on the side and stuff like that.
I just want one that runs.
Yeah, that's me, man. If I got one that runs is reliable, I like that. And cheap insurance, one that's paid for.
So, she thought Mopar for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, they made some fast babies back then.
Do you play video games?
Actually, I do when I have time. I don't get into it as much as my wife. Now she loves. She's really good at Call of Duty, and I like the war games. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a good answer. I was about to take you off screen if you said no.
I like video games. I grew up playing them, but like if I get on a video game and like a sports game or something, and within 20 minutes I have a distraction or something like that, I gotta devote a lot of time to it. Now, I did really get into that Elder Scrolls pretty heavy a few years ago, like the Skyrim. You know what I'm talking about? I enjoyed that a lot.
No, I don't.
But I like War Thunder, like the game, where you have the planes and stuff. I dig that. Then I've got a flight simulator. It's a RC simulator. I play it a good bit, but
Huh.
and I'm an outside person. Like if it's crappy weather, I might play video games. But if it's pretty, I'm usually always outside on the porch chilling.
Now that brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
Have you ate any hot peppers lately?
No, but I ate plenty of them last year to make up for
it. Oh man! And have you got you a garden going this year?
Man, I got it broke up out there. I'm waiting for it to get warm. I got some plants in the greenhouse right now, but it's still kind of cool. Probably about 2 weeks. I'll put in a few maters, just baby them, and then as it gets warmer, man, when that soil heats up, I'll probably do a little bit more. But I've got all right. I always like hot pepper or hot sauce growing up, and stuff. I had a buddy. My dad was in the military, and one of his buddies, they'd have the little MREs with the little Tabasco in there. So we went camping one time, and I tried one. I was like, it's hot, but it's good. So I've always liked spicy. But I started seeing like Johnny Small Pepper do the crazy peppers, and I said, dude, how does he do that? And I said, I'm gonna grow some of these peppers and send him some, and if he thinks they're hot, they got to be hot, right? So I sent some out there, and he said, man, oh yeah, you can go live with me eating some of them. And I'm like, okay, I better step my game up because if I'm gonna be growing them, I gotta eat them. So man, last year I was on his shows a few times eating some of them bad boys, but I swear I had a couple times where I was like 2 a.m. laying in the kitchen floor with an ice pack on my stomach, wondering was this worth the 4 subscribers I gained off this? And I said, absolutely right, it was. Nah, bro.
Oh man.
But I always say, man, it's crazy that you can take a little seed as big as a speck of dust and put it in a pot, and then it grow up and make a pepper that one of them would kill a small elephant. So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we welcome in Stan. Welcome in Bug Man.
Hey, buddy. Hey, son.
And there was one Skipjack Cindy's in the house.
What's up, girl?
Go to bed, Alvin Lewis.
And Alvin Lewis is saying, Troy, what did the doc say about your hemorrhoids?
Go to bed.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. By the time Alvin Lewis out. Oh, Lord. All right, I'm gonna drop a link. I'm gonna announce this, Hog Leg.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a link to a video that I made for Sunday night. We're gonna have live on Sunday night. We all gonna be playing. We're all gonna be playing the hunting game. We're gonna be doing the deer drive. So if you want to know about what it's gonna be about, there's the link. Go watch the video, and the live will be on Sunday on Real and Virtual Outdoors, 8 Eastern, 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Welcome in 351 Cleveland.
What's up, big boss?
If you want to, you can show it, Troy.
Watch the video?
Yeah.
Nah, hell, it's 5 minutes long. They can go watch it.
Oh.
Hey, well, now,
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude or anything, but if it's on the weekend night and y'all going on a deer drive, all I got to say is y'all better have some damn orange on.
Well, you know, this bunch that I hunt with,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, getting all them jokers to moving in the same direction
Turn my head around backwards.
is a chore. Now, somebody's going to get run over on Sunday night. Now, I think Hogleg done got run over like 3 times within 5 minutes the other night. We run the dry run. And now Hogleg he's a little bit slow about getting out of the way. So I've got a game plan. If it's too bitty deer coming, I'm just going to get behind Hogleg and let him take the blow. And then
Oh, man.
As long as nobody's picking out pellets out of their butt before the end of the night, we're going to be doing okay.
My only reason that nobody has been shot on that game is because they won't. You actually can't shoot anybody. That's the only reason that somebody hasn't been shot.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because
Yeah.
I've had them running behind me, you know, following me, and they hit the wrong button and have a discharge. You know, boom. You know.
Yeah. Itchy trigger finger.
Oh, come on now, Troy. Tell the truth. That's why you carry your binoculars everywhere you go.
That's because I'm experienced. I'm not running with a gun in my hand like an idiot.
That's wild.
Oh,
Yeah, hey, I enjoy Troy. I enjoy y'all watching y'all play them games, brother. It's wild. Like I said, I'm not a huge gamer, but I grew up playing video games and I enjoy it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dan and Hogleg and I did a dry run last night. There was a lot of action. So it's gonna be hot and heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, man.
All right. Melissa wanted me to play this song that she wrote for me.
It took you long enough to find it.
Well, no.
We're gonna have to work on getting your stuff in a row. Ducks in a row.
I've been waiting until now. I found it.
Yeah,
Okay.
keeping the suspense high. That's good. That's good strategy.
And it's named Just My Life. You know, here it is.
I once was so young and so healthy. I lived, I worked, I played. I laughed, I raced cars. I owned a car lot. MS, triple bypass, diabetes, kidney disease, heart failure, defibrillator, and a bag of medication. I never gave up because the fear of leaving my love alone and her fear. So I fight so hard every day just to stay and do it my way. Why did this happen to me? What have I done so wrong? I just wanna turn back time and do it my way. Please God, I beg of you another chance, and you will like my I once was so young and
All right.
Oh, not bad, buddy. I like them lyrics now.
That's all Mus's words.
That's pretty cool. I've been wanting to write a little song about the community, you know, and stuff like that. I might get around to recording something, put it out there.
Yeah. Uh,
Appreciate it, Richard. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. But you know what? I thought I'd made it big because I've been in some tournaments and lost. I thought I'd made it big because I caught some big fish on live. I thought I made it big because I got on the boar's nest. But what will really cement my legacy in stone is if I get a wrestler made out of me on the WWE game. That would
It's a
be.
done deal, buddy.
Troy, he read your mind.
I'm telling you, bro. But look,
I gotta, you know,
I don't care if I win any matches. I just want to look cool doing it. Just if y'all want to throw me through a flaming table, you can. I don't care.
you know, two things about that. One is somehow or another, I went to get a picture of you the other day to make the thumbnail,
Yeah,
and I didn't know your first name. I couldn't remember it.
yeah, Daniel.
So then, and then I went looking around on YouTube, and I'm like, well, I'm not even subscribed to him, and I knew I was. So
Yeah.
I wanted to say, first thing is, you folks that subscribe to people, if you hadn't seen videos out of a while, you need to go check your subscription list because they remove people from your list.
It'll do it.
That's
It'll
the first
do it.
thing.
Yep.
The second thing is that on that wrestling game, we make those characters, and I do the clothes and the outfits, and I build the wrestler, and I make everybody at an even ability and give them their own special moves. I have zero control. When that game starts, that is computer simulated. I don't know who's going to win. I have no idea who's going to win
That's what makes
or
it.
what's going to happen. So I did buy the rest. Speaking of the wrestling game, I have purchased the wrestling game, and Kelly and I have got to get all our characters remade, and we are going to make some new characters, and we are going to have some wrestling coming up. So
That's cool, man. I always enjoy that now. Y'all do a good job with all that stuff, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, there's a lot of days, if it's a rainy day or something, I Get on there and watch y'all play them games now. Now is
Hey, let me.
yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome in, cotton picking, fishing. That's Stephanie. That's Richard's wife.
Alvin Lewis, you're a sore loser.
Welcome in, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly's supposed to be buying it this week, and when he gets a copy, then we're gonna start working on it.
Always a lot of fun.
And
That's
here,
a lie. Alvin says I lie. I set my man to the highest. I do because I suck at the game. I don't play it enough. I have games that I play for you guys that y'all love that I don't really ever play in my spare time.
River Rat says his character needs brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles.
Oh man.
I want to have the green mist, like the Great Muda, where you spray the green mist in the
Yeah.
Well, Kelly's got a question.
Okay.
He wants to know if you want to be a high flyer or a heavyweight.
I'm not a big dude. I'm about 5'7", 5'8" on a good day, so I'm a high flyer, man.
All right, because he's doing the animations and I'm doing the costumes, so he needed to know.
Yeah, my
So
finisher.
Kelly, you got your instructions.
my finisher back in the day was the frog splash. So.
Shirley T says y'all need to hurry up. I love the wrestling.
Yeah, Shirley's a fan of the wrestling. I got to wrestle this ball first.
Yeah, you get that straightened out, Bubba. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in. I'm hanging in there with y'all now. Don't let me keep you now.
Now, I got something I want to share with y'all today. I'm gonna put a picture up here. I want y'all to know. I want y'all to see how serious I am about my moo-moo. Oh Lord, let me see if I
Welcome
can
in,
find
Captain
it.
Morgan.
Now that is me today. I'm actually at the doctor's office.
Oh wow.
Because that doggone thing is so flared up, I couldn't get my pants on.
I don't blame you.
Man, I hope you get some relief, brother. I'm telling you, you can't live like that. You're gonna have to get.
It's me at the doctor's. So I went to town today in my moo-moo, and they did not put me in the nursing home. So I'm in good shape.
Now, does a moo have a back hatch, a front hatch, or both?
Well, it don't have a back half, but since I can't walk, if you see my back half, don't waste time asking me what's wrong. Start running behind me because something bad's happening. Because if I get up and take to running, the world's coming to an end.
Oh Lord.
You talking about an eco crisis or what?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Gotcha. 10-4.
We get bombed or we get shot at. So just go to running.
That brings me around.
Yep.
Do y'all want to hear another song?
Not bad. I like that.
Oh man.
Oh,
Let's see if I can download it. Welcome in, Francis.
What's up?
Shirley's like, wow, Troy. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for the host. Is that okay?
If you're going to roast him, just do a good job of it.
I ain't gonna roast nobody. Have you always lived in Texas, Troy?
I have.
Heck yeah, man. I got some buddies that live out in Texas, some good people. I think they're a little east of you. They're from around Galveston and Houston, but everybody I've ever run in from Texas likes to have fun, and all their trucks at least have 3 dents in it, and it has a cooler of beer in the back. So
I have family that live in Port Bolivar, which is on the other side of the peninsula in Galveston.
yeah,
And I spent quite a bit of time down there. And then I went to school in Southeast Texas near Bobot. So, yeah, I lived in a couple of places in Texas. Never lived in a big city.
Right.
Port Arthur then wasn't a big city. It was, I guess, a bigger city than I ever lived in. But then I met my wife, and she's not really a country girl, and she wasn't going to move down there with the coyotes and the deer roam, so I moved up here with her.
yeah.
But I've lived in a lot of places in Texas.
There you go. I had my boss. He was a good friend of mine. He was like a mentor to me. Rest in peace. But he was in the sheet metal union out there in the 80s for a little while, and then he did some roofing out there, and his wife and them lived out there a lot of years, and so I'd go out there and visit with them and stuff like that, and I always had a good time out there, bro. Y'all like to have a good time, and y'all know how to eat out there, cook and eat. That's what I like.
Oh no. Oh man.
Well, when I went to, of course, I'm always, anybody that really knows me, they know I'm all that. I kind of say what's on my mind a lot of times. And my wife, she just laughs at me, poor thing. And when the doctor come in today and I had that moo-moo on, first thing I said to her before I said hello, I said, I just want to announce to you that I have not went trans. I just said it was easier to come over here and let you examine me today in this.
Oh man.
Did they get a kick out of it, or did they just shake their head?
Oh, she laughed. She knows me.
Okay, good.
She knows I'm a prankster.
Because sometimes when I say stuff, people just look at me and they just kind of turn their head off, and they don't know what to say,
Yeah, but Dan, you got to realize too, though. Now I got a gift. Now some people may say it's a burden, but I got a gift. Because when I say stuff like that, and they don't know how to react, they look at me and say, that poor handicapped guy's half nuts. We just overlook him. See? So I get by with it.
Yep. Hey, good point, man. But I told my cousin, I told him earlier, he's been staying with us. I said, tonight I better get prepared because I'm going to be in there with 2 world-class bull crackers. So I better.
That's right.
So we've kept it pretty tame so far.
Yeah.
He says, Troy went to the doctor in that get up. I sure did go to the doctor in that get up.
Well, hey Troy. Do you want to play that song that I wrote for you?
Don't you have it?
No.
They want to hear it. Yeah, we'll play it. Now you talking about getting wild? It's been getting wild now.
Yeah.
Man.
If it's the same song I heard a couple weeks ago, it's got a lot of truth to it.
Y'all better put the kids to bed on this.
Wait a minute. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
There's a man I know, calls Troy his name. He's a big old cowboy, ain't he just the same? Talks talks about women with a soft little drawl, and the way he says, oh God, it'll charm them all. He's got this grin, makes the world take pause, tips his hat, says it's just because. Heart so big, fills the Texas sky, but it's his stories about himself that'll make you cry. Oh golly, Troy's the talk of the town. Hat pulled low, but his laugh spins around. He swears he's got a big old Jonathan too, and somehow we love him. Every word rings true. Out on the ranch, watch him wrangle the herd, with a tail on his lips, every word absurd. Says the ladies fall for that golly charm, and that Jonathan's done them no harm. Now ain't nobody quite like Troy, my friend. Keeps us laughing from start to end. Heart full of gold, tall tales and grace. Well, oh golly, he's our favorite face. Oh golly, Troy's the talk of the town. Hat pulled low, but his laugh spins around. He swears he's got a big old Jonathan too, and somehow we love him. Every word rings true. How we love him. Every word rings true.
That. That's a pretty good tune right there. Got a good groove to it.
That's all we hear back over there. In the
You lying. I said that one time. One time.
That's all we hear over there in Discord is
Oh Lord, I said that one time. And folks, that comes from the devious mind of Hogleg himself. I had nothing to do with that. I got up one morning and that song was in my email, and I'm like, "What in the hell is this?"
Hey, you know you made it. You know you made it big time when somebody wrote a song about
I know it.
Like that. Oh man. Hello, welcome in, Mama Son Train Rail fans.
it. See
That
y'all.
doggone songwriting app is gonna ruin me and Hogleg and Melissa. We spend more time messing with that doggone thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
But
Troy, did you see my comment above?
I did. What? Oh, Kelly's? Probably not. Let me go scroll up. Look. Oh, let me scroll up.
Come on, that one.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah. What? How does it feel for your team to get beat in the first round of the tournament? Well, Georgia can't play basketball.
No, they're not known for the basketball.
No. If they'd have beat Gonzaga, that'd been an upset.
Yeah.
They barely can play football.
Troy.
That's how you roast him, son. Learn
Troy.
that you want to roast him. That's how you roast him.
He
Look, he took his hat off.
here.
Look,
Troy.
he's got his mouth all. He's
Two
got his mouth
times.
all out of shape. Put your hat back on.
Hey, I got something. I got something to actually brag about for Auburn. They go into another Final Four now. Football season last few years has been a disaster, but at least I got something to kind of hang my hat on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Kelly, son, let that be a lesson to you. That's how you roast him.
Yeah, we're not known for our basketball. No.
If they'd have beat Gonzaga, they'd been upset. Be sure to watch these truckers on Sunday night. We're playing a hunting game Sunday night. Hunting game Sunday. Gonna do a good old-fashioned deer drive.
On that note, I'm going to bed.
He's going to bed.
Fair enough.
Oh, my Lord. Well, Dan, what is your plans for this upcoming year?
My plans are just get up and go to work and keep the thing going and have plenty of fun in the process. I do sheet metal work for a living, so some days I get home early and some days I don't. So near future, get my garden going. And then I'm gonna try to do as much fishing as possible. And no big plans, just kind of keep the keep the faith and keep everything going, man.
Yep.
Have fun and try to stay humble, just try to have fun and take care of everybody and take care of myself in the process.
There you go.
But I do want to, my maybe not a plan, but my goal, I want to I want to break 50-pound fish. I want to catch a 50-pound catfish sooner than later. That would be a big goal for me.
I got a lot of leeway around here.
Hey Ray, what's going on, man?
I got quite a bit of leeway around here on the Boar's Nest, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and invite you sometime. If you ever get to go out on a Tuesday night, to come on up here and fish and visit with us.
I sure will. I will do that. I'll make that happen soon, brother.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. We always like to have a little live fishing on.
Yeah.
Anytime that you're going to be out on a Tuesday night, we got a show. You message us and we'll get you a link.
I'll do it up, man. Like I said, it's an honor to be on here with y'all. I appreciate the invite, and a lot of good people out in the community, and I can consider everybody friends, and family. Good, close. Everybody looks out for each other, man. We have a lot of fun. You got to have fun, man. There's a lot of serious stuff we deal with, but as long as you ain't really hurting nobody or cutting them down, hell, have a good time and goof off, brother. That's what I say.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
Well, this thing was built on people enjoying each other's company and having fun.
Yep.
Sometimes it gets a little too serious, in my opinion, and we need to get back to the principles of what the community was built on.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
Right.
That's me too, brother.
Yeah. Fishing is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Number one and foremost, number one. But if you're taking it, I miss the good old days back when I first started in this fishing community. Everybody was friends with everybody. Everybody talked to everybody. Everybody fished with everybody, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Hey, everybody's different, man. You go to different places, people's gonna do everything different, but everywhere you go, it's just people just trying to live
Right.
their life the best way they can. And I ain't gonna get too philosophical here, but who's to say if you want to go out there with a um, homemade fishing rod or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
do
Really.
or if you want to spend $600 on one or whatever, or use sonar or torpedoes or whatever, but um, do it your way. Be proud of it. There's really no rules. There's regulations to what you have to do to abide by the guidelines, but it's really no rules, man. You do it your own way. That's what's like I said. That's what's fun about it.
That, and and
Well,
and that's like my old saying. If we was all just alike, what a boring world this would be.
Yep, you're right, man.
So
well,
take
you
it
know
easy, have fun.
this thing, it really took off. As far as everybody getting together and trying to uh, visit with everybody and fish. During the bad time
Yep.
when we had the 2020 thing, uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I would like to see, if my word holds anything to people, I would like to see people get back to being friends and being good to each other and drop some of the harsh uh, things that's been said, and let's
Yeah.
just get back to having a good time. That's what we
Right.
need to get back to.
Exactly.
Life's too short to hold a grudge over something simple. And I don't get into none of the drama. Like I said, I don't get into nothing like that. But like you said, if you're having fun, man, that's what it's all about. Because when it comes down to it, we're just we're documenting what we're doing, and some people are better at it than others. So
Yep.
but if you're having fun and doing it the right way, you're successful. So it don't matter if you got 1 million subscribers or 10, as long as you're having
That's
fun.
right. That's right.
All that stuff, at the end of the day, when you draw your last breath on this earth, is minor.
Look in there and say hey.
Hey,
That's Skylar.
hello, Skylar.
Aubrey. Come in here and say hey to these fellas and people, ladies and gentlemen. That's my
Hey,
that's my two girls.
you
They
could
going night night.
you couldn't tell it.
So, all right, I'll be out a little bit. Right.
You couldn't tell
What say, Mr. Mark? Good to see you, buddy.
Now that's the wild.
it.
But they like to fish too. And like I said, last time I went fishing on a live, they showed me up. Elise, my wife, she caught like 6 good shell crackers. The kids caught some, and I was over there trying my best to catch a fish. I guess I was trying too hard or something. I caught one out of the bunch. And
That's usually the way it happens.
I try to keep them. My dad, mom always had me out doing stuff, and dad, I grew up on the river with him. He always had me out fishing and appreciating, you know, uh, res- you have a respect for nature. You don't just go out there and waste it or stuff like that. But we ate what we caught, and he sold fish and stuff, and I
Yeah.
want to bring them up to enjoy being outside, because just like now we're on YouTube, we're integrating with each other, experiencing this. But when I was a kid, this woman told me, she said, "Don't look at the world like this. Look at the world like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what all is around you. That's the whole earth that we have out there to experience it.
That's
And
right.
there's nothing wrong with the games. There's nothing wrong with this. But sometimes if you just go out there and just get a good breath of fresh air. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
For
Mm-hmm.
y'all know that.
And I don't know. I grew up in a day that we didn't have. Let's see, the first game that came out was Ping or Pong or whatever back in
Oh, yeah.
19. And that you know that was it was fun, but that was the first game and only game that we had around, and I didn't care too much about that. So I stayed outside my whole adolescent years, and uh, I you know I lived in the country, and I would dig holes, make tunnels, and everything. And I just didn't get into that gaming thing, and because there wasn't none around. And
No.
then come Atari. Uh, Heck, even my dad bought the Pong when it came out, and then the Atari when it came out, and
Yeah.
I didn't get into it uh, because I wanted to be outside. I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to go hunting, and I did. And almost downloaded a hunting game from my iPad today.
You know what he's trying to tell y'all, don't you?
What?
Oh, hog leg.
What?
He's trying to tell y'all get your kids outside and take a fishing so y'all won't end up like him and I.
There you go. There you go.
That's what he's trying to tell you. A bunch of couch potatoes sitting around drinking coffee playing video games.
Hey man, I taught myself how to go and fishing today. I did a few chores around the house, but it was pretty. But I said Thursday or Friday, I'm gonna have to go, man. It's too pretty. Before too long, it's gonna be so hot you can't stand it. So I better get down there when I can.
Mark, that hunting game, it's like 110 gigs big.
Oh, it's huge. You
It's huge.
you really you really have to put that on a computer to
Yeah.
get the full effect out of it. But I'm gonna forewarn you, Mark. It's going it can be addictive, especially at first when you get it. And you're always complaining about you don't get anything done now. You sure won't get anything done then.
No, heck no. Heck no.
But look at the bright side, Mark. You're gonna get older. You're gonna get older and more crippled, like being a hog leg. You'll have something to look forward to.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh Lord. And hey, and and one of these days you'll be in the classification of me. You'll be able to go to town in your moo moo.
That's how we grew up.
I think if I ever get
Yep.
to that point, I think if they'll just like let me wear my snuggie out, I'd be happy.
Yeah, what, you got a snuggie?
Well, I don't have one. I don't have one, but I want one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I put an orange glove. Man, yeah, I remember them orange groves. Hey, I went snipe hunting for the first time in my life in them orange groves. And I know what all. Yeah, yeah. I, nah, them were bad times.
You know, I got this puppy here, and first time today that she got left alone by herself today was wife and I had to go both to the doctor.
Yeah.
And she done real well. We put her in the kennel and we left her and she didn't throw a big fit or anything. And I told my wife she's gonna go to Walmart And I told my wife, I said, "Yeah, we might ought to carry me home so we can check on the dog, and I'll let you go to Walmart." And she said, "You don't want to go to Walmart and your moo moo?" I said, "It wouldn't bother me to go to Walmart by moo moo. Have you seen the way these people dress at Walmart? I'd fit in just fine."
Oh yeah.
Oh man, uh, Mark, I don't want to see that picture in my mind, Mark.
Hey,
Mark,
that Walmart down the road from us, we got one down in Summerton, and
I guess you're wondering what we're talking about. Mark made this comment right here. I wish I could fish without pants. LOL. And Gigability said, CNC, catfish and crappie, in a banana hammock.
Golly.
well, here's the deal.
I'm wearing one right now.
The only thing about fishing with no pants on, I've had fish try to bite my finger and stuff. You don't want them to mistake something for a grub and go after it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That's
man.
that's like the old boy that went crazy and climbed in the fish tank at Bass Pro Shop over in Leeds, and he got in that fish tank naked, and then bass started laughing at him, and they said that ain't the first time we've seen a worm before. But he went crazy and jumped in the fish tank over there. There's video.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine being the police having to go drag that joker out of that fish tank?
What's bad is they got him out of there and he slipped in the water and fell and hit his head, knocked him out. But it did traumatize the fish. I think he had to pay damage. Yeah. But there's some footage out of that. Y'all probably seen it.
I tell you, there ain't nothing worse in the world than having somebody that's intoxicated or that's high that ain't got no clothes on and wants to fight you as a cop, because there's nothing to hold on to. You know, I mean, when you're trying to fight a fella and he ain't got no clothes on.
Oh man. Mark, see what happened was I had a bunch of worms, right? And they were multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And I had them all in the climate controlled doghouse out there. And it got to stinking. And Melissa thought it was my worms. And she says, well, you ought to bring them out of there because the dog don't like them in there. It's starting to smell it. Well, I took them out over the winter, and I had them on my patio. And guess what, Mark? It was the dog that was stinking the whole time. It wasn't my worms. But anyway, make a long story short, they froze to death and died, and we used the worm dirt out there in the garden. Which we planted our small garden today. I mean, we used to have a big garden, in-ground garden, but with my heart being the way it is, we couldn't handle that anymore. So I built a 4x8 raised garden, 2 foot tall, and we planted in that this year.
Hey, raised bed's the way to go, man.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of dog.
Wait a minute now. I'm trying to wrap my mental vision around this. Did you say that you built a garden off the ground?
Yeah, a raised garden, a bed.
So what you're trying to tell us, in a sense, is that you just got too doggone fat to bend over.
It's on the ground, Troy. Uh,
Uh, so you,
but but it's a raised garden, a 4 by 8 by 2 foot tall raised garden.
you know what's making you know what's making you fat, don't you?
Food?
Well, all them trips when we're in that Discord and you're pausing that game to go in there and get that cookie jar, making you fat.
Oh man! And you sending me all them doggone cookies?
All them doggone donuts that I like to eat. That's why I'm fat.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell y'all something about the garden before we go. Last year, I had some pretty tomatoes out there, and I don't grow a big garden. It's probably about 20 by 30 or something. And I had some good looking tomatoes out there. And I kept thinking my chickens were getting them off there because I got some ducks, and they'd go over there and peck at them a little bit. And then I started seeing the tomatoes laying in the yard with bites taken out of it. And I said, "What? And is the chickens picking them up and taking them over in the yard?" And then the next day, I got a little dog, little lab, Tasha. My dog, Tasha, was going over there, getting up on her hind legs and picking the tomatoes off and going
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
yard and eating them. But see, I caused that because I'd take some that had a bug or something in it and throw it down there in the compost, and the dogs got to where they like anything that stinks or whatever. So
Yeah.
Tasha would eat half of it, and then my other dog Muffins would go waller in it. So I got to put up electric fence or something this year.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Our dogs love tomatoes.
They picked it off the plant. I said, well, there you go.
But I was going to go down and get me some tomato plants and put them out. I'd been talking about it for a month. And this dog, this little puppy I've got, she is so mischievous. I told my wife, I said, there ain't no way in the world I'll be able to grow no tomatoes out there because she likes leaves. She wants to eat the leaves on, the blow on the patio. I said, we might as well just not even do them tomatoes. And she's like, why? I said, well, she'll eat them plants.
Yeah.
So I just didn't do it. But yeah, she's going to have to grow up a little bit. I got a weenie dog.
Yeah.
Is what I went to get and ended up getting a T-Rex.
I see. He might be part cowhound. Eat everything.
Yeah, she's a handful. Now that little dog, she bites she play bites.
Yeah.
We've been trying to break her from biting my wife, and she done that to me a couple times. And of course, I kind of got a deep voice, and when Daddy raises his voice, she's like, "Okay, we don't bite Daddy." She don't bite me, but she'll bite Mama, and then she'll do something she ain't supposed to be doing, and I'll holler at her, and she's like, "My wife makes fun. The voice of God has spoken." Yeah, but she tries to eat my wife up. I told my wife the other day, I said, "You're gonna have to get more strict with her, or she's gonna keep doing that."
Yeah.
All right. Well, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, man.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like for the chat to hear you play a little bit of music.
Whew.
Come on, strike us a tune.
I don't.
PS4.
You put me on the spot.
I know I can talk him into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how good I'm tuned up.
Well, just do the best you can do. This is
something like that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
I would crank up the electric guitar, but it's a lot louder. But that's all I got for now.
Oh man.
I hadn't warmed up, so
Mark says, I want to hear Freebird.
I can't play that. I'm not a guitarist. I mean, I can pick around, but
PA
I'm
Trapper
a
says,
drummer, man. Hey,
electric guitar and play Fear of the Dark. Melissa says, play
I play by ear, man. I don't know a lot of good tunes now. I can play the drums, but if I crank them up at 10 o'clock,
yeah.
Mama might get on to me a little bit with it being a weeknight. But hey, if y'all want it, you got it.
Uh,
No, we'll wait. We better wait.
yeah, let's wait.
Yeah, but
Let's
man,
wait for another night.
yeah, but no, dude, y'all mean the world to me. Like I said, started the channel off doing a little bit of gardening and stuff. Started getting in with the fishing community and never looked back. Enjoy everybody's company, and like I said, it's just a blessing to be able to be here and interact with everybody. I always say that, and I mean it, because I met people from all over the world, and the pleasure.
Yeah, that's amazing. How?
Pleasure.
Wow. Yeah. I, I, I've always, since, let's see, 2000. Oh man, I didn't start my channel until 2000 and 2001, and I've always, before that, I always looked at YouTube and watched YouTube, and I was a part of YouTube in the selling communities and the homesteading communities. I was always a big part of them, but I never did have my channel out there,
Right.
When I first, and the man sitting right in my chat right now, he's the first one I watched. I just typed in live catfishing one night, and Mark, Catfishing Crappy, was out there on his boat fishing, and then I just went from there. The next one was Chunky Cats with his carnival show and
Yeah.
all that, and that made me want to. Hey, there's Skywalker.
What's
Welcome.
up, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, he's right there.
Well, see, I didn't have Wi-Fi, or I didn't have internet connection until about 5 or 6 years ago here, and I had a couple buddies that were telling me, "Hey, man, you need to get on YouTube and check this out and check that out." So when I got on there and was like, "Hey, I can sit here and watch people fish," it was a trip to me, because, like I said, we moved down here and we didn't have good internet service till when we got Wi-Fi. It opened up a whole new door, and then I was like, I kind of want to start filming, doing some stuff, man. But it's awesome. I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate y'all letting me come up and shoot the bull with y'all tonight.
We're going. All right.
Mark said, I'll be going live at night again soon, folks. Well, it's about doggone time.
Yes, sir. Mr. Flathead. Yeah, we'll it gets crazy.
Well, y'all didn't ask me what my PB was. I got to brag a little bit.
Well,
All right,
we try not to stay. You
Well,
know,
hey,
every fishing show asks what PB you use, what's your PB, and uh, what type of hooks you use, and all that. That's you know, maybe
well,
we start asking questions
you know
like
why I
that.
didn't ask you that, don't you?
because I
Because
didn't
I
want
didn't want to
to.
get hog leg derailed on whether you caught it with a guide or not.
Oh yeah, right. No, I might have been misguided for a while.
Tell us about the PB before you go.
All right,
Yeah.
man. It ain't as huge as I thought it was back when I caught it. But 4 or 5 years or about 4 years ago, I caught a 36-pound blue cat, man, and that's what got me hooked on fishing, brother.
There you go. There you go.
I've caught a couple 30s. I caught a 30-pound flathead, but that 36, I've been chasing it ever since, and I'm gonna get a 50 before too long. Y'all just watch.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you.
When I was 5 years old, I caught a 16-pound carp off the pier. And I've yet to catch a carp since then. We used to catch them off the pier down there, but like I said, as long as you're respecting the species and like I said, man, we got to leave it in good shape for the next generation
That's right.
and take what you need, but don't abuse it. You be fine, buddy. But like I said, I'm out of here. I hear my alarm going off. Is it time to get up already?
That's mine.
Oh, okay. I was making sure that's the same alarm I got.
Oh,
So
well,
what you're telling us is before we go is that you want to catch a 50-pounder and you're gonna pull that off this summer, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Y'all turn that notification bell on. Let's get on that 50-pounder chase with 205 wild action, baby.
Let's do it, man. I'm gonna be geared up soon.
and if y'all looking for a link to join 205's Army, it's in the description of this show.
I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, never know what you might see on here. We're gonna have a good time either way, brothers and sisters.
That's exactly right.
All right, man.
Thank you, Dan.
bless y'all.
I appreciate all
man.
your support, buddy. I really do.
Hey, pleasure's mine, y'all. For real. God bless y'all, and y'all have a good one. Okay.
Thank you for being a part of the show tonight.
Hey, thank y'all for having me, man. Take it easy, okay?
All right.
All right, peace.
All right, y'all. That was 205 Wild Nation. And
Great guest. Great guest.
Oh yeah. Great guest. But and if anybody out there wants to be a guest, just get a hold of me at Holiday Catfishing or Troy at man, what's your
Crappie Pro 43 at gmail.com.
Crappy Pro? And just say, hey y'all, we won't ask you no questions. We won't pry into your business too much. But just hit us up. And like I said, that brings us to the end of another show this week. If you got
Deer Drive Sunday night on Real and Virtual Outdoors, multi-play with the guys. Be there.
All right. Take it easy, y'all. Always look up. Oh.